me that taught Allah as a capricious and fickle God. It was Muhammad. It wasn't me that taught Allah was a capricious and fickle God.
You insulted Jesus already.
It was the Sheikh.
You say, I don't insult
and the Sheikh,
pray to Allah,
whose mother didn't teach him any manners.
Nothing.
His mother that didn't teach him about not interrupting.
Did your mother?
His mother that didn't teach him about keeping his word. His mother that taught him to call other mothers son of a bitch.
Did your mother teach you to curse Jesus? Shame on you. Your mother
fails.
His mother
and the reason why he fails is because Muhammad has failed him. Muhammad has failed him. He's run from
your religion failed you. Your religion failed you by saying Jesus is cursed. By saying Jesus is cursed.
He has run from the debate.
Listen.
Did you hear a defense of my argument against the Quran?
Yes.
Put your hand up if you heard him answer my question. No one. Not even the Muslims raised their hands. No one. Not even the Muslims.
Why are you running away from me? Why do you speak to
no
people?
One's running away
Speak to me.
You.
Speak to me.
Let's talk then.
Okay.
So
he said, I don't insult you. He said, I don't insult you, but I insult Jesus.
Did Muhammad teach that? Don't push. Don't push. Don't push. Don't push.
Keep your hands together. Come back. Put your hand. Come back.
Hold on, coward!
Come with me, man. Come with me. Come with me. Come with me. Come with me. Yeah. Listen. Don't. Take him away. Take him away. Take him. Yo. What do you, man? You know, listen to me. Yeah, brother. You go to jail. You go to jail. Come on, man. Don't do that, man. In front of the camera. Don't fall in it. Do not fall for that. Do not fall for that.
I'm not falling.
Oi! Okay, man. Take him away, please.
Nice! That's an example of the religion of peace right now.
You saw, ladies and gentlemen, let's be clear about what you saw. The Muslims lost the debate about their own religion, and because they lost the debate, they turned to mob violence. No one, the first person that laid the hand on the other was the Muslim, and then they attacked us. And they're doing it because we've beaten their arguments, we've proven their religion to be false, and they don't have any answers to what we say. They look for tourists and ignorant people. The violence that you use shows that you are beaten, shows that you are beaten in argument. And like cowards, like utter low-life cowards, you beset on people in a mob. And we've got Muslims laughing at it.
Hold up, stay. Give me some camera. Let me tell you this. Let me say this today. You Muslims are fighting in a Christian country. And it's us Christian that's trying to make you get your mask and worship your Allah in this country. You need to fix up on your behavior. Do you hear me tell you now? You cannot do what you want to do. Violence cannot teach in a God word. A war no want. Don't start this. Do not start this. Whether Christian or Muslim in a response. England is.
In fact, let's get the police.
He's proud of it.
Yeah.
Go be proud in front of the police, little boy. Sir, when someone's on the floor, brag about it to the police. Sir, what just happened just now? Sir? So the police are now on site.
Oh, Bob. It's that man in the blue shirt and the mask. You'll see him, he comes every week.
I don't speak to him. Where did he kick you?
He kicked me while I was on the floor. Yeah. He's running away. He's running. He's walking away. I told you he is.
He's running.
No attempt to apprehend him whatsoever. And that's my point, brothers and sisters. We have to recognise the state is not interested in protecting us. And so we must learn to protect ourselves. I pointed out one of the guys that kicked me while I was on the floor. Okay. I reported it to the police officer. I pointed it out to the police officer, and the police officer literally let him walk out of run. Gentle jog, actually, because that guy can't run to save his life. But the police officer did not give chase. And that's the point. That's the point. When are you going to wake up and realise that these Islamist trash that are in this park, these Islamist scum that call it jihad like this boy is here, calling it jihad.
No one tried to provoke us, yeah? No one tried to provoke us.
Are not going to be controlled by the police. They are not going to.
The old guy with the crutch, repeatedly with the crutch in the air, swinging down on people, repeatedly.
Right, so let's see when the officer comes back, whether he will arrest the sheikh. Let's see if he does that. Oh, surprise, surprise, they're coming back having not apprehended him.
Bob, quick question. Can you describe what has just happened?
So basically, a sheikh lost a debate. He got violent. He got violent. He got violent.
You got pussy. I ask him every time.
Triggered.
You winded him up.
You went there.
You
shouldn't come here. You shouldn't come here if you can be wound up. So the police are now coming back, and we're probably going to hear. So don't forget, hit the subscribe button and share.
So, officer, I can...
Just come back to the car with us.
Well, no, with respect, officer.
Yeah?
You let that guy walk out of the park.
I didn't know what was going on.
I'm going to point out
You talked to my colleague.
This officer let that guy walk out of this park.
You're going to get the old guy with the crutch.
Can I just... No, wait, because there are other people that assaulted me and others in this park that I can point out to you, and I'd like you to arrest them.
Why don't we go and stand over there?
Nothing's going to happen, guys. He's not going to do anything.
He's not going to do anything. The other with the crutch. You want a witness of the guy with the crutch?
Yeah, man. You're holding on fight, huh?
We got it on camera.
JC, you just hear what someone said, they shouted.
How the fight started first? Don't talk about camera. How the fight started? Who started first? You always care about this camera, your camera.
I started it.
Who started the fight first? I saw you.
Do you want me to show?
Listen.
The uncle with the crutches.
No. Forget about that. Forget about that one. Listen. I saw you.
I need to carry this somehow.
Talk to the Muslims. You, the Indian guys, and the other guys, going to the Muslims and discuss with them by force. I saw you.
What about now?
Forget about now. This fight started. You guys aggressive. I saw you guys just 1 hour ago. Stop being nice now, yeah? By force. Shamsi was there. This group, they came to Shamsi by force. Shamsi was talking about something else.
he pushed into me.
I pushed into him.
Yeah, he pushed into me. Yeah, the visa Christian, you know, the guy with the, you know, the gay leather hat.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, he's not, I don't think he's, don't know whether.
Here is he?
Yeah, him, that guy there. That guy there.
Him here.
We got all on camera.
No, forget about the camera. This guy was aggressive.
Not him. That guy there.
That's a lie.
No, it's the truth. I was there.
Look there. He doesn't know.
You're going to front up now because there's cameras. Yeah?
This group, one group.
Look who strikes first.
How is God? No, this guy.
Look, wait for it, look. Wait. Look, it's there. He pushes him.
No, hold on. I'm seeing Bob push him.
But he pushed him first. Wait for it. And... Wait. He pushes him. There he does it.
Bob's pushing him.
So he pushed him first.
Bob's pushing him. Bob did that.
If you push it, the uncle does it first.
Justifying violence. Think about it.
Yeah, you've got video
You people
footage.
only care about the Christian side.
He's a violent
I
liar.
literally saw my own
Bob's a
eyes.
violent liar.
Damage control, bro.
Damage control. Yeah, that's what you're trying to do.
No, but we got that on video. I saw a guy with a balaclava try and kick me.
Absolutely.
Whatever.
When you're on your own, you're like a little lamb.
Don't get violent.
You're like a little lamb.
Don't get violent.
Calm down. It was Bob that got violent. You can see that from the video. You can see that from the... In that case, right, get him to take him to court, yeah? And see if that will hold up. Take him to court, yeah?
No violence.
Yeah?
He doesn't know what's going on. He was there.
I saw a guy in a balaclava come up to me and try and get... It's on camera, bro. He ran out of the park. He ran out of the park wearing a balaclava. I've seen that same guy be violent before.
Yeah, you've seen him be violent like
Down the road talking.
I've seen the guy in the balaclava.
You make up rubbish. You just make up rubbish. Yeah?
Wait, he was physical with Uncle Azif before. We have video on it on So-Called Films.
You have video on it.
Of that guy, yeah.
You're a liar. Show me the video.
It's the same guy.
Show me the video.
It's a guy wearing a balaclava.
The uncle. I don't know, that's just what they call, that's who they refer to. Yeah.
Right. So you've got that, okay, just pause it.
Yeah, sure.
Right. People have got cameras at us, I need to take the details away from them, okay?
Yeah, sure.
For data protection, alright?
Yeah.
Sir, did you talk to him? No. Sir.
I know, you're going to come to me because it's raining. No, because I'm going to pack up 20 minutes earlier. I've got to protect my equipment. Yeah. So, Steve, let's move over a bit. So, Steve, I wanted to speak with Bob to find out what was the outcome of the interview he had with the police. But from your point of view, what did you see and what was your views and what happened?
So I wasn't there when it first kicked off, although I have watched people's recordings on their phones. So and I knew Bob had been in the middle of a large crowd for a while, having a discussion mainly with the elderly Muslim guy who they're calling the Sheikh, whatever that means. But what I can see from the video, the Sheikh clearly was getting very irate and angry and annoyed, and then there was pushing and shoving. But what I did see, and personally myself with my own eyes, is as the crowd tried to kind of moved away, all kicking and punching, etc. I saw the Sheikh crutch repeatedly swinging up in the air, banging down on people numerous times as he walked quite swiftly, which firstly told me I don't think that man really needs a crutch because he's moving very quickly and very athletically, I would say, whilst he was banging his crutch down on people. But anyway, so it eventually kind of calmed down and stopped, and then the police arrived. And I understand the small guy in a black balaclava
who ran off,
or waddled off, should I say, because he's not the fittest looking of guys. And the police were immediately told by 2 or 3 people that's one of the guys, because I understand he was kicking one of them when they were on the floor. Oi! I thought it was a person. Exactly. Sorry, I just had a dog between my legs. And I mean it in the nicest possible way. Yeah, so a number of people pointed out to the first 2 police officers that's one of the culprits who was waddling off, and they slowly, casually wandered after him. And surprise, surprise, he jogged and increased his speed, and he got away, and the police came back without him, so they didn't even speak to him. So that was a bit of a pathetic reaction. And then, secondly, I know numerous people pointed out to the police and even showed the police videos of the Sheikh attacking people, and I'm pretty certain they didn't even speak to that guy. At one point he was standing over, the Sheikh was standing over by the fence, and there were 4 police officers by this time, and they were all...
What's happened there? Hold on. What has he done that she's running after him? As you know, Bob, I'm not a person who clips and chops and goes back and watches. I haven't got time for that, but one thing that does concern me about what you said is that you had a discussion with the police. I observed myself, when they arrived, the gentleman was in the front, you pointed him out, and then he just ran off. But when you had your discussion, you did say just now that the police is going to be doing a report. But prior to the report, that's based on what you said, I saw lots of evidence was being shown to the police. Did they ask any person to forward that evidence that would maybe help to strengthen a report that they would be writing? Have they obtained any evidence in the form of video footage?
Yeah. I can't speak for what the police have or have not done. All I can say is that when they said to me, I'll take down a report if you want to. Yeah. But if you don't want to, they're not going to act on it. And this is a problem with how this park is being policed. The police, if they witness a crime, don't need someone to report it. If they witness a crime, they have in their powers a duty to intervene. And it is very clear that if they just watch the camera videos, they are going to see who assaulted who. And they will be able to identify regulars who come here and made the attacks upon the Christians, a Christophobic attack on Christians in this park. They don't need someone to make a complaint. They can simply act on the evidence and arrest people based on the evidence, and they have a duty to do so. They are using you're not making a complaint as an excuse not to do their jobs, because the police, either because they're completely demotivated, or they don't have the confidence, or they don't have the courage, or they're just bone idle. For whatever reason, the police don't want to police the park, and Christians are being attacked.
I believe they had a duty to act once they had a reasonable belief that someone had done something. But I don't know the law, as you know. But Steve,
to what Bob's just said, they did take a small handful of people's telephone numbers and names, but even though I saw 2 people show them on their phones video directly of the attack, they weren't interested.
I got it on film.
I saw one guy said, "Can I send it to you?" And you could see the look on the police face was basically no.
That's work.
They didn't want a link to a YouTube video, they didn't want it sent to them, they didn't want an email. And I know, because I've given video evidence from other scenarios outside the Speaker's Corner. All the police do is they email you a link to a portal where you just upload your video. It's so easy like that. And when they want to do it, they can do it like that. And I've done it in regard to the cup and ball scammers on Westminster Bridge, when frequently I videoed them. The police contact me and say, "Can you send us that video?" And then they send me a link every time, and I upload the video, bang, bang, bang. So they're not interested in doing it. And as Bob has said, well, you said, we saw them just let the one person run off. The old guy that people are calling the Sheikh, multiple people identified him to the police, pointed him out in the park, again, showed them videos of it.
Of a disabled man using a crutch.
Very disabled. And I'm not 100% sure, but I'm reasonably certain they did not even walk up to that guy. They didn't even walk up to that guy to take his name and number. So we know what their excuse will be, as well as what Bob said, which I want to build on as well. They'll say, we don't know who he is, we don't know his identity, because you bloody ignored him when he was standing there in front of you. So it's multiple evidence after evidence that the police aren't interested. They don't want to follow it up. It's what the hell's going on? What the hell is going on?
The camera evidence demonstrated that the sheikh assaulted multiple people. A sheikh who's walking with a crutch, right? That sheikh pushed me, I pushed him back, said don't push, and then everyone piles in, and then the sheikh that's supposedly disabled, and I really do want someone to send the video to the DWP, because if that guy's claiming disability benefit, we've got evidence that he's a fraudster.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
And he's assaulting multiple people.
I told the police, and I'm one of the people that gave my details to the police.
He's attacking people with a weapon.
That this guy repeatedly swung his crutch up in the air and crashed it down on people's backs and on people's heads. Repeatedly, and the police did not even go and get that guy's name. What's that about?
Imagine what would happen if Christians started behaving like that. The outcry in the media, the Islamophobia, they would say.
The differential application of the law by the police is a slippery slope to anarchy.
That's a nice word, differential application. Big up!
Differential application, absolutely, because when they pick and choose, we don't want a video for this violent attack in Speaker's Corner, but yeah, please send us the videos of the scammers on Westminster Bridge. What is going on here when the police pick and choose which laws? So fraud on Westminster Bridge, quite rightly they're following it up, but violence, religiously aggravated violence,
with a weapon,
they don't even get the guy's name.
And I bet you that sheikh, that shithead sheikh, that jihadi scum sheikh, that defrauding of the benefit system sheikh, that sheikh will never be arrested by the police, no matter how much video evidence is sent to the Royal Parks Police. I encourage all of you, get the clips, send it to the police, and just see how they don't do anything about the sheikh's activity.
Today, I'm afraid, was one of the typical pathetic examples of the Royal Parks Police. They are pathetic, and the bloody Home Secretary needs to speak to the Met and deal with the Royal Parks Police. There are one or two of them that do an okay job. Yes. We know a very good one that we retired. We know a very good one that's on track now. But today, it was embarrassing how the Royal Parks, the RO section of the Metropolitan Police, reported to blatant religiously aggregated violence. They were not interested.
Imagine if someone had done that. Nothing happened. If there was a pride march where some Christian had assaulted them because of some kind of argument, imagine how that would have been reported in the media and acted on by the Met Police. Because apparently now, some communities have more protection from the police than others.
The Metropolitan Police are still under special measure. They are under special measures. They've been under special measures for months. The press aren't talking about it. The capital city of this country's police force are under special measures because of incompetence. And the Royal Parks Police are the worst. The absolute worst.
As normal, I want to thank you very much, because I have to shut down, and it has been a shame what I did see, the violence that was perpetrated. Iraq is nothing to do with today, so we can chat about that somewhere else. I won't. And thank you very much for today, and it has been great. And
StreetMic,
big up.
in the park.
But I will say, I did see Soka being assaulted.
Yeah, Soka.
And has he gone?
Was assaulted. Another Christian brother was assaulted. 5 of them set about one of the Christian brothers. 5. These lions of Islam, so brave that they have to gang up at you 5 at a time.
I hear you, but thank you very much. And we'll be back 1 to 6 p.m. next week as normal. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Wendell Daniel from StreetMic. We have been live streaming from 102 today. I was 2 minutes late, which is unusual for me. I was late today. Yeah, I'll see you next week. I'll be here 1 till 6 p.m. next week.